Good morning. Thank you for joining us, even though it was raining and cold, huh? It's cold inside here too. Um, the Jews had the feast of the Passover. And what is the feast of the Passover about? As we hear in the gospel text, it was a feast of the celebration of their deliverance from bondage in Egypt. And so every year, people would gather in the temple in Jerusalem for the celebration of this feast day or this festival. But at this time, that territory was under Roman rule, the Roman Empire. But the money that they would use in the market, they could not use it to buy items for sacrifice in the temple. And so around the temple were people who were money changers. You give us the money that is from the Roman government, and we would give you the kind of money that you can use to make maybe an offertory or an offering, or the money you can use to buy the items that you need for sacrifice or for dedication. Remember Jesus' dedication, his parents have 2 turtle doves that they had to offer as a sign of his dedication. And so it is the feast of Passover, and Jesus has come for the feast of Passover in the temple in Jerusalem. And as he looks around, he sees many people trading and talking, and it's so noisy. And the man is worried about what is happening. And he makes a whip out of cord. And he starts to throw out the money changers. And there is pandemonium everywhere. And people are saying, oh my God, this man, he has gone crazy. Now, people have tried to explain what Jesus did. Some people have even said that is referred to as righteous anger. And some people have given it many kinds of interpretation. In fact, one person said to me, Father, what Jesus was saying in that text? Jesus was saying you all should have to stop taking second collection in the church. And I'm like, I hope that's not what Jesus was saying, because we cannot stop second collections. But I think that what Jesus did was at a very important time because of the noise around the temple and the clutter around the temple. The temple needed some cleansing. The temple needed some cleaning. We talk about springtime cleaning, right? Or spring cleaning. If I were to ask all of you here, do you have a closet that has got too many things that need decluttering? How many of you have so many stuff in your home? Oh, I see many hands. You have so much in your home that you need to push out. You may have to send it to the dump, or you may have to send it to people who need it. And so the temple needed cleaning in that way. Lent is a time for us to also clean out the closet of our lives and to remove the items that don't belong there. That's what Lent is about. And what are some of these items that we need to remove? Those minor imperfections that build up to become a sin, God wants us to clean them out. The times that we omit to see the needs of those around us, so that it gets to a point that maybe I ignored or I did not pay attention to the first one, the second. Then it builds a culture of indifference inside of us. Jesus wants us to clean that out of the closet or the temple of our lives. Maybe the minor imperfections. Maybe the anger inside of me. Maybe the indifference. Maybe the overextendedness. I could be overextended that I do not pay attention to family, or that I do not pay attention to my grandkids or to my kids. And Jesus is saying, this Lent, as I cleanse the temple, I want you to be able to cleanse that temple of your life so that you can give room for me, Jesus, to come in and to dwell with you. And Lent is also a time of going back to the basics. In our first reading today, we heard the Ten Commandments, right? The Decalogue. The Ten Commandments are a reminder to us of how we can cleanse the closet of our lives. And the first three are all about God. The first one, the second one, and the third one. The first one talks about the person of God. Then the second talks about the name of God. And then the third one talks about the Lord's Sabbath, the Lord's Sunday. And the aim of all three is to say to us, we have to make God the priority in our lives. If we have not had God as the most important person in our lives, then Jesus is saying to us this time, it is time to cleanse your closet and to take out anything that is the most prominent in your life. Push it out so that Jesus can have a prominent place. And then the others, from 4 through to 8, they talk about our relationship with other people. Then from 9 and 10, they talk about our desires. What is underneath the things that we do, our actions? What is underneath all of this? My friends, as you know, sometimes you want to clean out your home. You want to clean out your closet, but you're procrastinating. You're saying, oh, well, I don't have time today. Oh, no. Okay, let's wait a little. Maybe at Thanksgiving, maybe at Christmas. We'll keep pushing it. During Lent, we may want to cleanse the closet of our temples in our hearts, but we may be saying, oh, I wish I could do this, but I don't have time. I don't have time. Well, if you only desire it and you do not take action, it cannot happen. For us to effect change in our lives, we have to desire it and we have to take the necessary steps to be able to do it. St. Augustine says, hope has two beautiful daughters, anger and courage. And he says, anger about the way things are, and courage to see that things are not the way they are at the moment. If we want to change, we have to be angry about the circumstances that we are in. And we have to be courageous in taking the steps that we can change that circumstance. You see, Jesus, he cleansed the temple. That's what he desires of us during this Lent. That we may cleanse the spiritual temples of our hearts and expel sin. That's what Lent is about.